In a peaceful little village surrounded by green fields and distant mountains, there lived a kind and hardworking farmer named Ramesh. Every morning, as the first rays of the sun kissed the earth, Ramesh would carry 2 large clay pots, tied to the ends of a wooden stick across his shoulders, and walk down the narrow, dusty path toward the village well. He would fill both pots to the brim and carry them back to his home to water his plants, cook his meals, and share with his neighbors. One of those pots was perfectly made, strong, shiny, and proud of its flawless body. The other pot, however, had a small crack on one side. Over time, the crack had widened slightly, and each time Ramesh made the journey back from the well, half of the water inside that pot would leak out, leaving a faint, wet trail along the road. The perfect pot often laughed and boasted about how reliable it was, saying, "Look at me. I bring back every drop of water I'm given. I'm truly useful." The cracked pot, on the other hand, felt deep sadness and shame. It would look down at the ground during every journey, embarrassed by its flaw. It wanted to be like the perfect pot, useful, admired, and complete. Days turned into weeks, and the little cracked pot's sadness only grew heavier. One evening, after the farmer had finished his work and was about to put away the pots, the cracked pot finally gathered the courage to speak. In a soft, trembling voice, it said, "Master, I'm so sorry. Half filled, I feel worthless, broken, and not good enough." Ramesh listened quietly, his eyes warm with kindness. He gently placed his hand on the pot and said, "My dear friend, why do you think you're useless?" The pot replied, "Because I can't hold water properly. The other pot is perfect and does its job well, but I fail every single day." The farmer smiled and said, "Tomorrow, I want you to look carefully at the side of the path as we walk home. After that, tell me if you still feel the same." The cracked pot didn't understand what the farmer meant, but it nodded quietly, wondering what difference it would make. The next morning, as usual, Ramesh carried both pots on his shoulders and walked to the well. He filled them both with cool, fresh water, and as he began his journey back, he reminded the cracked pot, "Now, keep your eyes open and watch closely." The cracked pot looked down at the path, and to its surprise, it saw something it had never noticed before. Along its side of the road, beautiful flowers of all colors, red, yellow, pink, and orange, were blooming joyfully in the morning sunday. Butterflies danced around them, bees buzzed happily, and a soft breeze made the petals sway gently. The cracked pot was mesmerized. For the first time in a long while, it forgot its sadness and simply admired the beauty around it. When they reached home, however, it remembered its flaw again. It noticed that half of its water was gone, while the perfect pot was still full. Its heart sank once more. It turned to the farmer and whispered, "Master, the flowers are beautiful, but I still lose water every day. I still fail you." Ramesh smiled and placed the pots down carefully. "My dear little pot," he said kindly, "did you notice that the flowers only grow on your side of the path? Not a single one blooms on the other side where the perfect pot walks. That's because I always knew about your crack. I planted flower seeds along your side, and every day, as we walked back, you watered them without even realizing it. Thanks to you, I now have flowers that brighten my home and bring joy to everyone in the village. You see, your crack isn't a flaw, it's a gift." The cracked pot couldn't believe what it heard. Tears rolled down its sides, but this time, they were tears of happiness. "So, I wasn't useless after all?" it asked softly. The farmer chuckled warmly. "Not at all. You've been creating beauty all along, just in your own quiet way. The perfect pot carries water, but you bring life." The cracked pot looked back at the road it had traveled so many times before. The path glowed with sunlight, the flowers dancing in colors it had never noticed. For the first time, it stood tall, proud of its crack, proud of being different. From that day on, the cracked pot no longer felt broken. Every morning, it eagerly looked forward to its journey with the farmer, knowing that even though it lost some water, it was nurturing something beautiful along the way. The perfect pot still carried all its water, but now, even it looked at the flowers with admiration and respect for its humble companion. The farmer's road became a symbol of beauty, filled with blossoms and life, all because of the little cracked pot that once thought it was worthless. Life is very much like that cracked pot. All of us have our own cracks, our imperfections, weaknesses, and scars. Sometimes, we compare ourselves to others who seem perfect and forget that even our flaws have meaning. But the truth is, those very imperfections often make us special. They shape who we are, teach us compassion, and help us add unique value to the world. Like the cracked pot, you too might be watering flowers you can't see, touching lives, inspiring others, and creating beauty without realizing it. So whenever you feel broken or imperfect, remember Ramesh's cracked pot. Perfection is not what gives life meaning, purpose does. It's okay to have cracks. Through them, the light shines, and through them, life finds its beauty. As the sun set that evening, Ramesh walked back down the same path, and the flowers swayed gently in the wind, whispering the message that would live on forever. No one is perfect in life, but everyone has a purpose.